Hello and welcome to another edition of TSL Talk, and the race for the TSL Top 5 just became a little bit clearer on the weekend, Adam.
In a way, yeah. I think it's still wide open with a round to go. I think we're going to talk about it in a minute, but some results that surprised a little. Each side would have thought they're in the box seat with one round to go.
I suppose the biggest result was North Hobart's massive win over Hobart, which really lifted their percentage and went a long way to helping them secure a final spot.
Yeah, absolutely. We probably thought that Glenorchy was looking more at home in that fourth spot, and North Hobart and Lauderdale were going to battle out for the last spot. But their 112-point wins thrown them right in the mix, and it's going to be a big weekend of football coming up.
And a couple of big bags for the North Hobart boys.
Yeah, well, we weren't sure what Hobart were going to dish up, I guess. The season is nothing to play for. They usually put up a good fight against the Demons, but they were just blown away on the weekend. So, the guys cashed in and made the most of it.
7 guys to Julian DeBoz. He must be really pushing there for AFL draft selection.
You'd think so. I think has he got to the combine yet? I'm not too sure if he's going to get a call up or not. But Matty Armstrong was really pleased with his Mariners Carnival, and he'll certainly be one to look at.
Lauderdale were gutsy against Clarence, but couldn't quite get over the line, and now they face a need to do to Hobart what North Hobart did to Hobart this weekend to get in the finals.
Yeah, look, they probably should have won the game. I was out there, and they really did give it to Clarence for most of the game, and if not for a few skill errors and basic sort of just little things that at the crucial times which really hurt them. So I think we've worked out that they're going to have to win by about 80 odd points to make it safe, and then hope that either North Hobart or Glenorchy lose, and they might be in the mix.
Yeah, well, it comes down to who loses out of North Hobart and Glenorchy for Lauderdale to make it. Going on our dodgy maths, which is not always the best thing, we've worked out that if Glenorchy was to lose to Burnie, and if Lauderdale won by 80 points, that will probably get them over the line. But if Glenorchy win that, and they're relying on North Hobart to lose to Clarence, they're probably going to have to beat Hobart by over 100 points, and I hope North Hobart lose by a bit.
Yeah, look, they're going to have to do a job to start with on Hobart, and so if they can do what North Hobart did, then they'll certainly be in the mix. But Darren Winter said on the weekend that if they don't make it, they're not good enough to be there, and which probably isn't going to be fair. They probably do deserve the footy they've been playing in the last couple of months. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess, and all be panned out by about 4 o'clock, 4:30 on Saturday afternoon.
What it is going to show, I think, is that this finals could be a really interesting series. I mean, obviously Launceston's a standout and deserve to be, but maybe there's not a lot separating the next 4 teams.
No, well, look, Clarence didn't play real well on the weekend, and they've still got Mitch Williamson and Brandon Savage, who are key parts of their team to come back in. They're going to play Burnie in the first week of the finals at Bellerive. There's been some question marks on Burnie's leg speed, which will be a big thing out there at Bellerive, so in the way that Clarence do run and spread. But outside of that, anyone sort of could on their day. They've proven that it could go. He aims to be off the ball by 5%, and one of these bottom sides could really rise through.
And congratulations to Launceston's Brian Fincher, kicked his 100th on the weekend with a little toe pack off the ground in the square.
Yeah, I think as he said, it probably wasn't the way that he dreamed or thought that he'd actually achieve it. But it's a great effort. 100 goals is nothing to sort of laugh at, and he's had a wonderful season, and he'll be a big focus for when come finals time for Launceston.
And Burnie had a big win over Devonport, which was predictable, but we'll probably get to see them get a better idea of them when they play Glenorchy this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Glenorchy has sort of been up, and they've won their last 3, I think, haven't they, or the last couple at least, and looking to come into some good form at the right end of the season. But that's the big game, I think, this week. As big as they all are, we're going to get a good look at Burnie and see where they're at. We'll see if Glenorchy's good enough to make finals, and that'll be an interesting clash.
And Glenorchy, of course, defeated North Lonnie. Disappointing end for North Lonnie. They're not going to make the finals.
Yeah, another disappointing season, isn't it? I think 3 years now, and they've been bundled out in the finals first round and haven't made it a couple. So they've seemed to have the talent on the paper, but they just can't seem to take that next step.
And we touched on the result earlier about Hobart being thumped by North Hobart, but the season's really dying for Hobart. They've had speculation over their future. I don't think they've won for about 10 rounds now, and the result's just getting worse.
Yeah, I don't think the season can end quick enough for them, can it? So they've won to forget. It started with a bit of promise, and they sort of thought they were in finals contention, but they've slipped back a bit, and they are sort of 2 wins sort of says it all, I think. So.
Well, it's going to be a massive round coming up this weekend. Adam, thanks for your thoughts, and remember, for all your TSL stories, pick up your copy of the Mercury or go to the Mercury online.